All right, guys, good morning to everybody. Today is the 24th of August 2026. Crazy Global Market Talk with KEL. Crazy anytime, anywhere. All right, guys, good morning to everybody. We have a lot of people from different part of the world today, as far as Kenya. All right, welcome them. Now, before we start this morning session, do take note, disclaimer apply as usual. We really want you guys to understand that doing trading, the most important thing in the market is about risk management. Yeah. So please do take and your do risk management before we start. Okay, so let's look at the global market news right now. What do we have for this morning? Well, this morning we have the Treasury Secretary Benson to announce Iran sanction as Tehran dismisses the economic warfare threat. So apparently right now there is a lot of ongoing rumor saying that US is going to give the toughest US sanction on Iran. And interestingly, because of that, immediately the oil price fell. So why oil price fall when you have the sanction coming in? Because they expect that when this happens, right, Iran will buckle, and then after that, they will be able to open the Strait of Hormuz. So that is what the market is expecting to see for this particular move. And that's why oil price as this morning, you can see is coming down a little bit. And because of that, there's also ongoing rumors that because of the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, then the threat to the market is no longer be available. And that is why you can see the US indices recovery and gold price off the high. So it's a very interesting talk here itself. It's like opening the Strait of Hormuz is the directive, but then giving the higher sanction to Iran seems to be the better deal. But if Iran basically rejected it or so-called do a counter on it, then the whole thing will go into a crazy mode. Yeah. And of course, we have the Donald Trump. He's apparently traded 1,000 times as a president. Now, do note, Obama did not even trade it once. Biden, very few. But Donald Trump traded 1,000 times the last 2 months. And of course, he makes some money from there, yeah? So is he a president that trades in the market or make the market? I think you should know better than me. Now, of course, the Chinese humanoid robots is really spreading big in China. You can see some of the robot exhibition is incredible, right? Recently, one of the robot has already beat Usain Bolt, this 100-meter race record, right? And I think that will be all for that. There's nothing much I can see on the US front for this morning on a Monday. Right, so please take note of the potential problem that's going to happen on this Iran side if the sanction do hits them. Okay, all right. So let's look at the charts right now. Right, I couldn't show you the MT4. My MT4 is not available in China. You should know why. It's a very heavily sanctioned product. All right, so let's look at the CRAZII.com, which is working. All right, let's look at the gold price this morning. Okay, so let's just review what happened on gold this morning. All right, gold this morning, the opening price is about 4614. All right, this is based on the AIMS platform opening price. Now, 4614 is the opening price this morning. And of course, we can see that the market continued to trade higher upon opening price. Well, the boys are still buying relentlessly, but there is a dip in KSI. Can you see that, guys? There's a dip in the KSI. This is the big boys indicator. So which means that the market do see that there is a lowering buying interest at this price right now. Okay, I repeat, there seems to be a lowering buying interest in the market right now. Now, for those who just joined us, this is not MACD, this is not stochastic, this is not volume, this is an indicator that I created myself, yeah? Okay, so if that is the case, I will want everybody to be very careful moving forward. If the market cannot stay above OP, all right, cannot stay above the opening price, please be careful. There could be a possibility of profit taking coming in later on. All right, so traders, please take note of that. Now you do see that the pivot is flickering up and down at the moment because of the opening price where it is right now. So the pivot will be shifting throughout the whole day if the markets do toggle around the opening price. All right, so now let's just look at the potential upside and downside for gold. Let me stretch a little bit for you. Now, if gold continued to trade higher this morning, the gold could be heading towards a KCB. You can see it's flickering now at the moment. All right. Oh, clicking very fast. Okay, because it's toggling at OP right now. Okay, we have it about 4653. That means that if gold do trade any higher, the target could be as high as 4653. But if gold pulls back, all right, if gold pulls back, it could go back to the MLP level, and that is 4562. So it's a pretty big range for today. So if traders, if you're looking to buy, you can consider anything above the opening price. But if you're looking to sell, please wait for the price to pull back. All right. Now at the moment, both indicator, you can see that it's yellow and green at the same time. So there's not much reason for us to actually do the selling, all right, unless it's for short-term burst. Okay, so let's look at the 5-minute chart for the gold right now. Now this morning, gold opens here. This morning, gold opens here. And you can see that it traded in the morning. We don't do anything in the morning. And after that, we can see it start to stay above opening price with a diamond line over here. And this gives us the buy up reason. So that is the reason why this morning we bought gold and we took TP around here, right? This morning we bought gold somewhere around here and we took take profit here. All right, so that was my first trade. Then subsequently, when the price couldn't stay above the KTR +1, it pulls back, break the diamond line, and that's where we sell the market. And again, at KTR -1, this is where we book our profit. So all the KTR levels are all already instilled in the charts from the moment the market opens. So all you do is just have to follow the tick level, the TP level, and trade accordingly. You do not need to do anything else. Everything is all already predetermined. So if you see right now, after the market recover, you can see that once it stay above OP, the market once again touched the KTR +1, just like a proven system, right? Very interesting. So once you can see the market couldn't stay above it, the market decided to pull back again, and now is revisiting the opening price, which is now very clearly showing us that there could be another downturn again. So personally, it's all right. I believe that the gold is going to go into another round of profit taking back to 4, 5, 9, 6 again. So traders, if you're looking to sell, wait for the market to stay below OP and then look towards this 4, 5, 9, 6 again. Okay, so that is the today's gold, pretty sideways and very volatile if you ask me. The speed of the movement now is much higher than a normal Monday morning. So traders, please be careful. You don't be caught in the wrong side of the market. Now let's look at the next market, and the next market we're looking at will be oil. Now, as you know, I'm pretty bullish on oil, but then again, we have to follow the rules. Okay, so what's happening right now? Now, this morning, oil opened. All right, once it opened at 86.11, it started to trade below OP because of the Tehran news and the sanction news. So once it's below opening price, we do not buy anything, which is like now it's below opening price. We do not buy the oil. So we wait for the market to stabilize first before we execute on it, right? Now, the next thing is this. As you can see, we also have the same sign there. The buying interest on oil has dipped a little bit. So traders, please be careful on that. Now, we have bought oil from the very low end and we've been buying along the way up. So now today, if the Tehran news or the tanking news is there, traders, please take note to take some profit off the table. Yeah, you have been warned on this for a few times this morning. All right, next thing is this. As you can see on the 5-minute chart, this is a 5-minute. You can see that very clear. There's a selling pressure. The opening price is here and it's red in color. So once it turns to a double combo red, whereby you have a red candlestick with the red KSI, that's where the market sold down. And where did it stop first? There are 2 levels here, and that's where the market stopped nicely. But because of this is a K trend, which means that this is a lowering yellow cluster. So that's why this is definitely a sell. Okay. And truth be told, the market really traded down all the way, as you can see, now all the way down to KTR -3, pretty nearby. So traders, you must always follow the opening price rule. If the market stays below opening price, it's always a sell. Remember that this is a very, very important rule. Now, as I'm speaking right now, gold price is trading lower. Gold price is trading lower. So traders, please be careful. You don't want to be caught, as I said again. You can see now the gold price is coming off right now live, yeah? I'm doing it live, showing to you, and I told you just now that gold price could be heading down to the KTR -1 level, okay? All right, that will be good for oil. So take note of that. Next market, let's look at the favorite one, Bitcoin. Now, earlier this week, I was in Indonesia and I was telling a lot of people to buy into Bitcoin. So what's the reason? Let's take a look. Now we have a very clear indication on the day chart whereby the color of the candle turns yellow, followed by the KSI, the big boys indicator, turning in red, green. So with the diamond line over here, we have a very strong buy signal, and that's why Bitcoin follow us pretty nicely. I know some of you make pretty good amount of money on Bitcoin recently, yeah? Okay, now the question is this, can we buy Bitcoin now? I will give my personal validation on this. I don't think so. Now, why is that so? Let me bring to you the reason, right? Let me bring you back here. So you look carefully here. This is the cluster of, okay. This is a cluster of red candles back in this May this year. And then after that, we have this incredible waterfall, right? Okay. So now what do you see? Yes, you can see that it's very clear. The market from this point, ABC diagram, purposely go all the way to burst all the stops. As you know, more than 100,000 counters were burst. 100,000 account were burst within just 3 days. Yes, more than 100,000 account were burst, and the total losses is about $3.4 billion. All right, in terms of valuation, and in terms of funding itself, I heard more than 100 million. So that's why, guys, you must remember this. If the big boys are buying, do not go against the boys. Okay, very, very important. We have said this countless times. Okay, so now what to do with Bitcoin for today? Now, today, if you ask me, based on what I'm seeing right now, the volatility, I think you should take a break. I repeat myself one more time. I believe that now with double doji on the pipeline, you should take a break. Now, of course, is it possible for Bitcoin to go to 80,000? Now, let me share this with you again, guys. The reason only why the Bitcoin is shooting up right now, right, alongside with gold, is because the US have been printing a lot of money into the system. All right, they did not say outright, but you can see from the bond market, it's pretty clear that they have been printing money. And they need the money because they need to pay for the bond, which expiring a lot coming this end of the month. So that is why they have no choice. They need to pump to make sure that they can pay their creditors. So now the problem is this, if the Bitcoin do come off, please take note, Bitcoin can come back down to 72,678. So which means that upside wise, we may see 80,000. Downside wise, we may see as far as 22,678. Now, at the moment now, we do not see any reason to sell yet because the boys are still buying. The candle is still yellow, so there's no good reason to sell. But shall the market do come off, then there it will be some selling. Now, why do I say that the selling might be coming in? Because you must understand that the US dollar that come off right now is because of printing. But when printing stopped, the demand of the dollar will come back if there's going to be any conflict of interest between US and Tehran. All right, so you must remember that, yeah? Trading is like this. When you least expect it, the market move. Then when everybody's buying, usually that's where the market will stop. So traders, please be careful on that. Okay, the next two markets I'm going to cover will be the NASDAQ, Dow Jones, and that will end today's session, yeah? Okay, let's look at NASDAQ first. The market is very volatile. The goal is go back up again above OP. So this is a very volatile market this morning. Yeah, buying is still in the market, but I can see that there is some profit taking on the US indices already. Okay, let me just continue. Right. Well, messaging coming in at the same time. Okay, so let's look at this NASDAQ. Okay, NASDAQ. Now, what is amazing is that how we see the chart when the market was coming down, there was a 4 diamond over here, right? So we put a diamond line across it. And you can see that once the market couldn't stay above the diamond line, once it turned to red color plus red KSI is a confirmed sell, right? And truth be told, the Nasdaq just caved in, as we can see. So the question will be, is this going to continue? Now, in my personal perspective itself, I think it will. Why? I've explained to you. Because you can see the market is actually trying to cover this particular yellow candle. This is a big candle here. And if there's going to be any big conflict between US and Tehran, or right, this might be going to spill over. And if that happens itself, right, this should bring it down all the way to this point. So that will give me 28,796 level. Okay. Subsequently, we can see that it's a red candlestick with a red KSI. So there is no reason for you to be on the buy side, at least for now. Okay. So traders, please take note of that. Now, if the market do have any inclination to trade higher, then the candle has to turn to yellow or the KSI has to turn to green. But at the moment now, I see neither of them, so we do not need to get too involved on the buy side. Yeah, so stick on the sell side will be a better choice. Last but not least, we will go into the Dow Jones, and let's take a look at Dow Jones today. Okay. Now, Dow Jones recovered pretty strongly on Friday, all right, but still no cigar. Why is that so? Let's look through again. Because the thing is this, at the moment now, the candlestick on the CRAZII system is still red in color. At the moment now, you can see the KSI is also still red in color. So there's no reason for you to be on the buy side. That's the first reason. Second, the market is actually now slightly above the diamond line. So this will become a very strong resistance and support. If the market breaks below the diamond line, then this will confirm my downside expectation, and that will be 52,488. All right, so you can see right now when the market calls to sell, we sell. When the market asks to buy, we buy. So what if the market is actually, just for people who just joined us recently, what if the KSI is green, well, the market is red, then we should sell only small quantity. But if the market we have is a red, then of course we can sell a bigger quantity, which you can see that the market truly came down. Okay, so all this tells you that our system is very simple, easy, and consistent. Whatever you look at it itself is there. Okay, there's a request from the crowd asking me to look at this China market. Okay, fine, I'll do that. Okay. Okay, for China. Now, because I'm in China right now, so this thing is just nice. Okay, so China market is still going down, everyone. China market is still going down. This morning, the opening price is here, and now it's trading below opening price, plus the KSI is red, so double sell. So all you need to do, just sell in the market. You do not need to wait. So you look at the 5-minute chart on gold, on China A50, you can see that the China market now has reversed. It tried to go up just now, moments ago, it came down first, touched the MLP, then cover the gap that happened this morning. And once it goes back below OP, you can see the market cascaded down very fast, break the MLP at the same time. Now it's testing the pivot. And if the pivot get broken, then there's a very high chance you'll see China market heading towards 14,745. Now, this is a level that I think it will be going down. I believe that China market should be going down to this level. Yeah. Farid, can you do me a favor? Can you also do this sharing to inform people that the China market most likely is going to come off to this level? Yeah, it's been sent to you on Zalo. Yeah, do the market trade on this call. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is what's happening now in the market. And of course, guys, you can see I have not changed, I have not added any fundamental of the market. Everything is based on the candle. So as long as you follow the system, you should be able to make some money out of this. Okay, all right, and I can see one more request. Okay, last one, yeah, it will be on Hang Seng. All right, Hang Seng is a market that I have been warning you guys to be careful, because I believe that the market will be profit taking today. Why? Let me explain to you. Okay, so you can see on the day chart, there is a diamond line yesterday on Friday, and you draw a line there. So as long as the market stays below the diamond line, it's a sell. The only thing is this today, the day chart and the KSI, both of them are actually in the yellow and green zone. But then because it's below OP, we cannot really sell it, right? But of course, if you go to the lower time frame, which is the 1 minute chart, you can see that the market, the moment it opens, the market gave no chance. It broke the pivot tool almost immediately, and now it's trading down all the way to KTR -3. So what should we do on days like this where the day chart calls for buy and the 5-minute call for sell? Okay, let me explain this to you first. Number one, the day chart did not call for buy even though it has a buy component. Why is that so? Because our rule of thumb is that it's always about the OP rule. So yes, indeed, the color is yellow, the KSI is green, is those components for buying. But because the market is below OP, that means that's it, you cannot buy anymore. So once you go below OP with these two guys, both yellow and green, then the quantity to sell, you can only do a very small quantity. So when you reflect it by going to the 5-minute chart or 1-minute chart for Hang Seng especially, you can see that once the market opens, all right, and goes below the opening price, that is where you can only sell small. So of course, with the selling so heavy, to sell small is like a bit of wasted, right? But we have to follow rules, guys. We cannot change our rule because of market movement. So what we do is this: we'll still sell small and take the money, and that's it. Today we ended our day because KTR -3 has been traded. Unless you think that the selling is going to continue more and you want to add more position. Now for me, I sold Hang Seng this morning. I think enough. I don't need to take more risk at this point right now. Okay. All right. So that will be all for today's market sharing. All right. So I'm now in China. Right. So if anything itself, and I'd be quite slow in my reply. Telegram is not really a friendly product over here. Okay. That'll be all, guys. Thank you so much for all my friends that's coming online today. We have more than 80 people earlier from different part of the world. And of course, from friend from Kenya, good to see you guys. I will be talking to you in another group chat very soon, right? Okay, bye-bye, guys. Take care.